stern, powerful. So he put them all out. He said, get out of here. Kicked them all out. And took her by the hand and called, saying, Maid, arise. And her spirit came again, and she arose straightway, and he commanded to give her meat. And her parents were astonished. But he charged them that they should tell no man what was done. You hear that? And he charged them that they should tell no man what was done. Don't tell nobody. Remember, he made himself of no reputation. So don't tell nobody I did this. Because you know when they killed him. Or maybe you don't know. They killed him after everybody pronounced and went around saying that he rose Lazarus from the dead. After he had been dead for 4 days and 4 nights. That's when they said we definitely got to get rid of him. Because of the miracle that he done. Look at, right quick, John 11th chapter. Start at verse 43. I'll start at let's start at John 11 and we start at verse 34, John 11, 34. This is what happened, and this is why I said what I said. It says, and said, where have you laid him? They said unto him, Mashiach, come and see. Mashiach, Yahushua, what? We start crying. Then said the Jews, behold, how he loved him. And some of them said, come, could not this man, which opened the eyes of the blind, have caused that even this man should not have died? So they said that it's his fault that Lazarus was dead. Mashiach Yahushua, therefore, again groaning in himself, coming to the grave, it was a cave, and a stone lay upon it. Mashiach Yahushua said, take ye away the stone. Martha, the sister of him that was dead, said to him, Mashiach Yahushua, by this time he's thinking, for he have been dead 4 days. So like I said, he's been dead 4 days. Mashiach Yahushua said unto her, said I not unto thee that if thou wouldst believe, once again, if you have faith, thou shouldst see the glory of the Most High. Then they took away the stone from the place where the dead was laid, who was Lazarus. And the Mashiach lifted up his eyes and said, Father, Abba, I thank thee that thou hast heard me, and I knew that thou hearest me always. But because of the people which stand by, I say, so they may believe that thou hast sent me. And when he thus had spoken, he cried with a loud voice, Lazarus, come forth. And he that was dead came forth, bound hand and foot with grave cloths, and his face was bound about with his napkin. Mashiach said unto them, loose him and let him go. Then many of the Jews which came to Mary and had seen the things which Mashiach did believed on him. But some of them went their ways to the Pharisees know what things Mashiach Yahushua had done. Remember, he would always say, hey, don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. Big mouth Israelites always got to run their mouth. They wouldn't told the Pharisees what Mashiach Yahushua had done. Didn't gather the chief priests, listen very close, didn't gather the chief priests and the Pharisees a council and said, what do we? For this man doeth many miracles. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him. If we don't deal with this man, everybody gonna believe on him. And the Romans, who are the so-called Italian Caucasians, who were super part of earth at the time that Mashiach Yahushua walked the earth. And the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation. So they were worried about losing their power with the Romans. Oh yeah. This is our people. And one of them named Caiaphas, being the high priest that year, said unto them, you know nothing at all, nor consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people. And that people is the 12 tribes of Israel. And that the whole nation perish not. And this spake he not of himself, but being high priest that year, he's prophesied that Mashiach Yahushua should die for that nation. And what nation? The 12 tribes of Israel. And not for that nation only, but all that also he should gather together in one the children of the Most High that were scattered abroad. That's the 10 tribes that were scattered abroad. The northern tribes of Israel. So these things we knew, like we know today. Those that have understanding, then from that day forth, they took counsel together for to put him to death. Mashiach Yahushua therefore walked no more openly among the Jews, but went thence unto the country near to the wilderness, into a city called Ephraim, that's northern Israel, and there continued with his disciples. He went up to northern Israel. He had to get away from Jerusalem. This is what we're looking at, people. We're looking at being Mashiachian. We have to apply the things as we see as he was. But when you look at Matthew 16 and 13, says when Mashiach Yahushua came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, whom do men say that I am? That the Son of Man am? And he said, and they said, some say that thou art John the Baptist, some Elijah, and others Jeremiah or one of the prophets. He said unto them, but whom say ye that I am? So he says, who do you say I am? And Simon Peter answered and said, thou art a Mashiach. There it is right there. This is what started, the fact of calling him Mashiach way back in the 90s, the end of the 90s. Now brothers are picking it up. Hopefully they'll see and understand that Peter didn't say thou art Jesus or Yahushua, but he said thou art HaMashiach, the Son of the living power. Yet Mashiach Yahushua answered and said unto him, blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. So the Most High revealed this to him. So it's a mystery. That's why a lot of brothers still don't get it. And some have. And hopefully more will. And I say unto thee, that thou art Peter, the Upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven. And whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Then charged he his disciples, listen. Then charged he the disciples that they should not tell no man that he was Yahushua HaMashiach. See that? So don't tell nobody. Just like he said, and when we was in Luke, the 8th chapter, I believe, and verse 56. And her parents were astounded, but he charged them that they should tell no man what was done. And see, when people surround and seeing Lazarus being raised from the dead after being dead 4 days, they wouldn't run their mouth, went straight back to the Pharisees and told them. Like a lot of brothers and sisters do right now, running their mouth, telling this and telling this and telling that on different situations. Since we're in Luke 8, let's go to Luke 8, and let's start at verse 4. And when very much people were gathered together and were come to him out of every city, he spake by a parable, which is a riddle. A sower went out to sow his seed, and as he sowed, some fell by the wayside, and it was trodden down, and the fowls of the air devoured it. You know, meaning the farmer planted seeds by the wayside. And it was trodden down, and fowls of the air devoured it. And some fell upon the rock. And as soon as it was sprung up, it withered away, because it lacked moisture. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprang up with it and choked it. And the other fell on good ground, and sprang up, and bare fruit and 100-fold. And when he had said these things, he cried, He that hath ears to hear, let him hear. And his disciples asked him, saying, What might this parable be? And he said, Unto you it is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of the Most High, but to others in parables. So only a few was even to know of the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of the Most High. The kingdom that's being prepared to be on this earth in righteousness. But to others in parables, riddles, that seeing they might not see, and hearing they might not understand. Now, when we go to the same story as in Mark, the 4th chapter, and let's see why he said that. Are y'all still with me? Mark 4, and let's go from verse 9. It said, And he said unto them, He that hath ears to hear, let him hear. And when he was alone, they that were about him with the 12 asked of him the parable. So this case scenario is some that came with the 12 to find out what this riddle meant, was, what he was saying. And he said unto them, Unto you it is given to know the mystery, so that's something that's unknown, of the kingdom of the Most High. So it's a mystery, it's something that's unknown. It's not something that's everybody going to just read this Bible and understand. But unto them that are without, all these things are done in parables, that seeing they may see and not perceive, and hearing they may hear and not understand. Now I'll give you understanding why he said this. Least at any time they should be converted and their sins should be forgiven them. That's deep. That lets you know he don't want everybody's sins to be forgiven. That's why going back to Luke 8:10, and he said, Unto you it is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of the Most High, but to others in parables, that seeing they might not see, and hearing they might not understand. So he don't want, lest their sins, lest they can be converted and their sins can be forgiven them. So if your sin's not forgiven you, that's clearly letting you know that he don't want everybody to be saved. Else he would make it so that everybody could read this and understand it and change. Nope, it's not like that. That's not what we're looking at here. Now let's get to understanding. Verse 11. Now the parable is this. The seed is the word of the Most High. Those by the wayside are they that hear. Then cometh the devil and take away the word out of their hearts, out of your minds, lest they should believe and be saved. See? We dropping the truth. They hear the truth. They receive it. But the devil comes and take away the word out of their minds, lest they that believe. They should believe and be saved. They should have faith in his word and be saved. They on the rock are they which, when they hear, receive the word with joy. Yeah, they receive the word with joy. Be happy to receive the truth. Finally realizing who they are, their nationality. Realizing that we have laws to go by. And knowing that the kingdom was prepared for us. And Mashiach Yahushua died for the children of Israel. They hear this with joy. And these have no root, but they don't have that foundation of Mashiach Yahushua, which for a while believe. That's why you see, that's why it says, these are the ones that's a revolving door. They're the ones that it's like coming to a revolving door. For a while they believe. And in time of temptation, fall away. The time they be tempted of something in the world or feel like they have sinned and they did something, they fall away. Next thing you know, they can't be saved because they out in the world. Because where you going to fall away to? The world, as we just read. And now next thing they're going to love the world. They're going to be at war with the Most High because they done tasted of the good gospel of the Most High, the kingdom, knowing certain things. And it was all, happy, all in the truth, all in this. Then they fall away. That's what I say. Verse 13, they on the rock are they which, when they hear, receive the word with joy. You think they're all in it. And these have no root, but they don't have the foundation of Mashiach Yahushua, really. Because you got to have a root to grow. Remember you talking about planting seeds, so if the seed don't create any roots, then it's going to wither away. That's what it says. They receive the word with joy, and these have no root, which for a while believe. They be around us for a while, and you think they believe in, and in time of temptation, fall away. And you know what the tempter is? He already know the lust. When the lust come in, and they fall away. Your desires of lust will kill you. It's going to kill you. Verse 14, and that which fell among thorns are they which, when they have heard, go forth and are choked with cares of riches and pleasures of this life, and bring no fruit to perfection. So they care about the riches and pleasures of this life, and bring no fruit to perfection. Because they're always looking at how they got to make money. Seeking after their money. How many people have said, well, I'll be back, I gotta go get my money together. And never be back, because their money never comes together. Or if it come together, they bugged out. They doing things that they doing in the world and then putting flavor into it, going to a high level of wickedness. Coming from the truth. That's why it's something. Behold, it is something to watch. And seeing it so many times keeps you humble. It should, unless you're wicked, And it's going to befall you, or it's already befalling you, and you just perpetrated the fraud. Verse 15. But that on the good ground are they which in an honest and good heart, which an honest and good mind, having heard of the word, keep it and bring forth fruit with patience. Those are the ones that the sower sowed on good ground. Bring forth fruit with patience. You have to be patient. James 2:2. James, the second chapter, the second verse. For if there come unto your assembly a man with a gold ring and goodly apparel, and there come in also a poor man in vile raiment, and ye have respect to him that weareth the gay clothing, and said to him, or the one that had a gold ring, thinking he got money, sit down here in a good place, what they do all the time. Sit up front, right here. Sit down here in a good place, and say to the poor, stand down there, or sit here under my footstool, and treat them like they're nothing. Are ye not then partial in yourselves, and are become judges of evil thoughts? See, let you know. And that's how people are. They think they're too good to deal with the poor or those that are less fortunate. Verse 5. Hearken, my beloved brethren, have not the Most High chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith, and heirs of the kingdom, which he hath promised to them that love him? Read it to you again. Hearken, listen, my beloved brethren, have not the Most High chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith, believing in this, and heirs of the kingdom which he hath promised to them that love him? But ye have despised the poor. This are people. A lot of people could do more than what they're doing for the poor. But it's no difference. Say, hey, somebody come in and look like they have something. Hey, come on up in the front. And the poor, you push them to the side.